In an absolute overtime thriller, the Georgia Bulldogs outlast the Texas Longhorns 22-19 in overtime. In this breakdown, we analyze this thriller, and I give my outtakes that I learned from the game that I wish to share with y'all. Real quick, we have a lot to get to, but the channel is on the rise, and we currently have just under 300 subscribers. Be one of the first 300 and subscribe. Even if we hit that number, continue to subscribe. Let's get the number up to 500. With that being said, let's get right into it. Okay, so I'm assuming that you guys already watched the game and are here for a little bit of analysis, so we're going to cut straight to the analysis. In this game, I had Big Ten West vibes. I don't know about you guys, but that 6-3 halftime score gave me Big Ten West vibes. I mean, let's face it, if you watched the game and weren't partial to this game, a lot of you guys are, and rightly so, it felt like a Big Ten West game, back and forth, good defense, punting, playing field position game, and then it really opened up going into the fourth quarter. The third quarter had some flashes, but I got Big Ten West vibes from this game, a couple flash plays here and there. At the end of the game, yeah, it was really exciting and looked more like SEC ball, but it was good defense and field position for a while, and good special teams kicking field goals. So that was one of my observations. And the big battle in this game was between the Georgia secondary and the Texas passing offense. The Texas aerial attack thought that they had something against this Georgia secondary, and the Georgia secondary responded really well to getting thrown on a lot. And the Georgia defense did a good job of stopping the run, excuse me, for the most part, against the Longhorns. But where they were really going to be tested was in the secondary, and they answered that call, and they played really well in the secondary despite giving up a fair amount of yardage. They still played really well. On the Texas side of things, Quinn Ewers could not get it done when it mattered most. They were kicking field goals when they needed to score touchdowns to win the game, and Ewers just didn't feel like he had complete control. And a part of that was definitely due to Georgia, but Ewers was not as good as advertised, in my opinion. He threw for a lot of yards. He only threw for one touchdown, threw the two interceptions. His QBR was about 71. So, average play, but I mean, for a guy that was featured on the cover of this year's college football video game, for a guy that was a high draft, will probably still go high in the draft, but you want more out of that guy when you're trying. When this is one of the most important games of the year, you already lost to this team before at home. You need to get some vengeance. You need to win to get that first round bye, and you just didn't get a superstar caliber quarterback out of him when you needed him the most. They were selling for field goals when they could have got touchdowns, and I think Ewers is to blame for some of that. Ewers can and should take a healthy amount of criticism for this game. And where do the Longhorns go from here? Now, their strength of schedule is not very good. Georgia's the only team that they've played that is really in playoff contention, and they've played them twice, and they've lost to them both times. So where does Texas go from here? I mean, I think that I don't know necessarily that they should get a higher up seed, like a 5 or 6 seed. I still think that they'll make the playoff. Don't get me wrong, Longhorn fans. I still think that they'll make the playoff, but I can't see them over a team like Ohio State or a Penn State. Like, I can't see that. When you put together Ohio State and Texas, I don't look at Texas and say, "Wow, yeah, they should get a seed higher than Ohio State." I know that Ohio State just lost, and that's in our memory, but they had to play 3 of the top 5 teams in the nation in Indiana, Penn State, and Oregon, and beat 2 of them. The only team that got close to that's on Texas's schedule is Georgia, and they lost to them twice. So that's what I'm saying here when I don't think that Texas will get a higher up spot. I see them maybe as like an 8, 9, 10 seed in that range. I honestly, if you're to power rate them right now, that they're right there with Tennessee. I don't think that you can definitively say that Texas is better than Tennessee at this moment in time when you're trying to seed teams. Okay, that's all I have for today. These videos, these these game reactions are going to be pretty short. That's why you want to stay on the channel, because I'm going to be doing a lot of them for every single bowl game, every single playoff game. I've got more coming out from today and today's playoff games. They're shaping up to be really, really good games. And just look for those, and I'll see you guys in the next one.